Jenna and Hila over to your left, and Java and Courtney front and center. Let's welcome your stars to the stage. Now folks, you did an excellent job making all of that noise and applause for me, but this is where all that noise really does count. So remember, if you see them do anything you like, anything at all, make sure you let them hear it, because they really do appreciate all of that applause. And that is perfect, just like that. But you see, folks, I think I got a little bit ahead of myself. I let these four come out here and say hello to all of you, but we've had a really busy day here at the aquarium. I don't think these guys have had the chance to say hello to their trainers yet. No, I'm sorry, you two. That is not right. We're going to have to pause our show for just a moment and let these four have the greeting they deserve. With a very sweet fishy kiss on the cheek. It does take a lot of trust and a lot of teamwork to work with wild animals like your stars. So remember, if you ever see a wild animal out in nature, do not approach them, as they will never respond to you the same way our animals respond to their trainers. In fact, by law, you are legally required to stay at least 150 feet away from any marine mammal you may see out in nature. Now here at the Long Island Aquarium, we are lucky enough to house both California sea lions like your stars, but also their cousins, the true seals, like the gray and harbor seals you may have seen at the front of the aquarium. We do know it can be a bit difficult to tell these two apart. So with Neela and Java's help today, we're going to be pointing out some of these differences for you today. The first difference can be found in their ears. Sea lions have an external ear called pinnae. Jenna is pointing that out on Neela for you. Seals lack this external ear and instead have an internal ear, which looks just like a small hole on both sides of their head. The next difference can be found in their necks. Sea lions have very long and very flexible necks. They're going to show you just how long it is by reaching it up all the way up there, which I'm hearing crickets. But folks, it is okay because they are not done showing off yet. You see, their necks are so long and so flexible, they can touch their nose all the way to their backs. Now that is some crazy flexibility. I would not recommend trying that one at home. Seals have just as flexible as a neck, but their neck is not nearly as long as their cousins of sea lion. The next difference can be found in their front flippers. Sea lions have very strong and very powerful front flippers. They're going to give you a great view of those front flippers. They'll use those front flippers to pull their bodies into the water while they go swimming, just like you or I would use our arms in the water. Seals too, of course, have front flippers, but their front flippers are much shorter, so they'll use their opposite manner to steer themselves. The final difference we'll be pointing out for you today can be found in their rear flippers. Sea lions have something called a rotatable hip bone. Yes, that hip bone. This rotatable hip bone allows them to tuck their rear flippers up and under their body, which makes them extremely mobile out here on land. As you've seen, these guys have had no problem hopping on and off that seat and following their trainers both forward and backwards with ease. Seals lack this rotatable hip bone, so when they come out here on land, they tend to look a little bit silly. Java and Neela have been to the front of the aquarium, and they've seen their cousin, the true seal, in action, and it's come up with quite the impression. So why don't you guys show us what your cousin looks like out here on land? That's right, like great big fuzzy inchworms scooching around on their bellies. Give it up for your sea lion comedians. They are being awesome. But with as silly as they are being, they are absolutely correct. When seals move out here on land, they just scooch around on their belly with their rear flippers out behind them. And now that we've pointed out some of these differences for you today, feel free to take a closer look at the sea lion habitat behind me after our training sessions, as well as the seal habitat at the front of the aquarium, and see if you can point out these differences for yourself. Now here at the Long Island Aquarium, we like to train our animals to keep them both mentally and physically stimulated. So much like you or I would go to school and learn a new math problem, is like these guys learning a new behavior. Or like you or I would go to gym or recess to stay physically fit, is like them practicing some of their higher energy behaviors. Now I happen to know that one of their favorite ways of staying physically fit is by dancing. And I've seen their dance moves, folks. They are looking pretty good, and I think they want to show them off today. So what do you folks say? Do you want to see a sea lion dance?
Yeah!
That's what we thought. We're going to get their favorite song on. When you hear the music, clap along to help them keep the rhythm. I hear your song, guys. Take it away. Now that was some fancy flipper work. Give it up for your dancing superstars. Now with those incredible dancers, it does not bring us to the end of our show just yet. However, Java and Neela are going to head back inside their habitats to continue showing off for you inside. Now this is an excellent time to remind you all that all of our animals here at the Long Island Aquarium do serve as animal ambassadors for their counterparts out in nature. We hope that by visiting with us here today, you're inspired to learn more about these animals and what you can do to help protect their habitats. One thing you can always do is to simply reduce, reuse, and recycle all plastics. A simple plastic water bottle can take over 450 years to break down in nature, and during that time it will often end up in our waterways where marine life can become entangled in it or even ingested. So something as simple as switching over to a reusable water bottle can greatly limit the amount of plastics going into our waterways. But alright folks, it looks like your stars are ready and back on their stage, so let's give them a big round of applause and welcome them back. Like I've been mentioning, Java, Neela, and all of our other California sea lions are California sea lions. Now this species of sea lion can be found all along the west coast of North America, as far north as British Columbia up in Canada, to as far south as the Baja Peninsula down in Mexico. In nature, sea lions often gather into large groups called rookeries. And in these rookeries, they have to be very quick, very agile, and very brave. Not only in water, but also right out here on land. And to show you how brave he is, Java's going to climb to the highest point of his habitat. And it looks like he made it up there with no problem at all. But here at the Long Island Aquarium, we know that there is only one way down from a height like that, and that is to high dive. High dive. Java buddy, I just got done telling all of your fans what a big brave star you are, and here you are looking like a big old chicken. Don't you want to show off your high dive today? Okay, Java. Do you have anything to say for yourself? Okay, folks. I don't know how many of you speak California sea lions, I can translate for you. Java said he made it up there with no problem at all, but once he made it up there and he looked down, he realized it is a lot higher than he remembered. So if he's going to make this high dive, he needs to hear lots and lots of applause from his fans. Okay, Java, I hear your fans. Can we see that high dive? Excellent job, Java. He is our brave sea lion. Now to end our show today, we're going to be answering one of the most popular questions we get here at the aquarium, and that is, how do we train our animals to do all these amazing behaviors you've seen throughout the show? The very first skill our animals learn is a simple but important skill called targeting. This means the animal learns to press and hold their nose to our fist, like Neela and Jenna are showing off for you now. Once they're comfortable targeting our fist, we can ask them to target other things, such as that red and white buoy on a stick called a target pole, as well as some of their favorite toys, such as that colorful ball suspended high above the water. Once they were comfortable targeting that ball, we were able to move it all around while still asking Neela to target it, which has allowed us to shape some pretty cool behaviors like jumping. Now you see, when we first started this behavior, that ball started out at the surface of the water, and over time we've been able to raise it up higher and higher to the point where it's at today. But I don't know, folks, that ball is looking awfully high for little Neela, and this is going to be our grand finale. So why don't we put our hands together for Neela? Okay, Neela, what do you say? Can you touch that ball? Excellent job, and what a splash. You're doing an amazing job with that behavior, and as well as all the behaviors acts of our animals throughout the show. As you see, they've been constantly rewarded with lots and